The Arizona podcast is brought to you by Triumph Protective Coatings. They specialize in concrete polish, epoxy flooring systems, micro top floors and walls, and self leveling underlays. They service all of California and they are an awesome company. They speak Spanish and they do amazing work. Check them out at triumph_coatings on Instagram. And if you use the promo code arrows up, you get 10% off. So check them out. It was a podcast. I have David today. We talk about food, false teachers, a little bit of Canelo. That's the pod. I wanted to start and do a little open on the Lakers. 12-5 since I think February 5th or 1st or something like that. And the Achilles heel for this Laker team is the Sacramento Kings. Just can't be the Kings. And horrible loss today in Sacramento. A game that would have been super important in terms of seeding. And the Lakers drop it. This probably one of LeBron's worst game as a Laker. This was reason number a billion as to why Darvin Ham is just a bad coach. Just horrible defensive schemes ran tonight. The Lakers lost. Anthony Davis just was getting punked by Sabonis, and now he's 0-10, which I guess is a thing now. Just a bad Laker loss, and that's where we're at. So just wanted to start the pod there. So here's David. Here's some food. Hopefully you get hungry and upset. And hopefully you don't think that chicken pozole is pozole. So here we go. Here's the pod. Yeah, I got you.
Nice. What do you munching on there? A little morning snack?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some dessert.
Ooh, okay.
Some camote.
Camote. Oh, okay. All right.
You like camote?
That's it's sweet potato, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do, yeah for sure. Dang. When you said dessert, I was thinking of what I could what debate I could stir up in the chat. Yo, you guys like this dessert, just to see who, since Asian's been doing that. Although the video Pozole one was bro, those are two different categories.
I know, I was bro,
I respect it though, because he's hey, at least getting outrage out of us is getting something out of us. You know what I mean? I know what he's going for.
Yeah, but that was such a
It was easy because they're two different realms. Yeah, pozole or menudo would have been better, or at least
yeah, even if you have the best pozole, it's not birria.
Yeah. Oh, what about pozole and albóndigas? Because they're both soups. You know what I mean? Makes good albóndigas.
That's different tiers, bro.
Yeah.
That's being would you rather have carne asada or carne molida?
Yeah.
You're the person that would say albóndigas. It's have you ever had?
But some people don't really. Some people don't because also there's what if it's yo, chicken pozole or albóndigas? Because some people don't like chicken.
Well,
pozole.
Chicken pozole is not pozole.
It's pozole. Yeah,
it's not pozole.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Come on, bro.
If you're telling me chicken pozole is pozole, then there's a lot of judgment going on.
It's pozole.
It's caldo. It's something.
Dude, oh my gosh. I grew up on mostly chicken pozole, red chicken pozole.
Well, not everybody was raised right,
No, come on, dude. Look, have you had albóndigas with my grandma makes with like it's like chicken and masa. Like they're not like beef. They're not ground beef, but they're different. They're like I don't know, they have an interesting texture. But I tried them when she visited once, and she made them, and I was like, oh, she's like, oh, it's chicken and like masa together, and I was like, oh, and they're really bomb. And I was like, dang, I never had these. So
I've had more albóndigas de camarón than anything else.
Oh, like
So when you, some
ground,
people say
camarón?
yeah, so when people say albóndigas, I think like, oh man, I've had regular albóndigas, like ground beef albóndigas, significantly less than
Dang.
camarón. Like, so whenever I think of albóndigas, I think of albóndigas de camarón, and I have to remember, oh wait, like this isn't.
It's not the norm.
No, so but chicken pozole, are you saying like, are you
say
saying
what you gotta say, bro? Say what you gotta say. I'm just
listen?
okay.
Listen,
let me make this clear. Though. Let me make this clear. Let me make this perfectly clear. Hold up, pause. I'm not saying it's better than pork pozole.
Well, you can't say that. If you were to say that, I would end the pod right here.
Hey, chill, bro.
I would eliminate your name from the bio. Our friendship would be forever. Like,
dude,
marked.
Hey, stop.
Okay,
Hey, this isn't my doing. All right. Because my parents have a weird thing with pork now that they're getting older. They're just like, oh, pork, like, oh, you know.
Come on.
So, and when I've had a pork pozole, I'm like, damn, this is it,
next level.
I like it much more than chicken pozole.
Yeah.
But chicken pozole, I grew up eating it like for Christmas. So I have nostalgia. Like I would have it all the time because my mom would always make.
I feel you. I get you. I understand.
But when I get pork pozole, I'm like, damn. Like I always tell my mom, I'm like, yo, like I like it better with pork. Like why don't? And they're just like, oh, like me and your dad. Well, I'm like, all right, whatever, you know. So, but some people also do like the green pozole, and I'm like, all right, y'all do you, like you know, like just so.
Yeah.
You know,
red pork pozole is pozole.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I'm saying is you're downgrading. If you're saying pozole, the chicken pozole, you're downgrading. And that's, that's fine. Whatever, it is what it is. Health reasons. Chicken is cheaper, I guess, than pork.
Yeah.
But if we're talking what's better, pozole, I just need it to be said. The standard for pozole is pork.
Yeah.
That's the standard. Okay, we're on the same page.
Of course.
Okay.
I mean,
I thought you were saying chicken pozole is pozole, like at the same level. It's in the same neighborhood. It's like no. Pork pozole lives like in the best neighborhood, and chicken pozole is like Cudahy.
Pork pozole, it's in a gated community. Pork pozole forgot its roots and moved away to like an affluent area.
Yeah, but pork pozole has its own island. Like
it's just, like I'll catch y'all later. Like just,
yeah. And chicken pozole is like Catalina Island. Like it's technically an island, but it is it's whatever. So I remember I went to this birthday party, and it was like, oh, like come, like there's gonna be pozole. And mind you, when someone says pozole, I think pork. I don't think chicken, because I wasn't raised with that. You know what I mean? So
right.
And so you had to tell me, hey, it's chicken pozole, so that I would still eat it. Don't get me wrong, I'll eat it, but I don't go in with the same like excitement. So we get there, they serve us, and I'm like, dude, this is chicken. And I look at my friend, I'm like, hey, bro, like, it's chicken. He's like, yeah, it's because, it's how they make it here. I'm like, all right. And it was good. It was a good pozole. And it was good. But mentally, I was like, I wish you would have told me what I was getting myself into.
Okay, look, because like if someone were to offer me like, I don't know, like you're not that bacon is something, but bacon is pork, but it's like a dish that normally has bacon in it, and you're like, oh, we put grilled chicken in it. I get it that it's like, bacon is like, yeah, it's much better than like just regular chicken, of course. But hold on, let me ask this. Hold on. because are you on that train of like if it's not birria de chivo, like it's not birria like at all?
No,
See, some people could pull that card on you and be like, "Hey," because I've heard it,
no,
I've
no,
read
no,
it.
no, no. Hold on. But birria chivo is superior to regular
Oh, for sure,
birria.
no, for sure, yeah, yeah. But some people will go as far as to say, "Yo, if you're eating birria de res, like it's not birria, so don't even." And I'm like, "Dude, shut up!" Like I disagree with them, so I'm just like,
See, but I didn't say chicken pozole is not pozole. All I said it's
"Like you,
not in
you
the
did to
realm.
start out, you to start it off with, you
Well,
did."
because I thought you were talking like it's at the
Oh,
same
better.
level,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
that's why I was like, well,
Yeah,
let's pump the brakes here.
yeah.
Uh,
No, of course, yeah,
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Because I grew up on Vida de Res, and I've had Chivo, and I like Chivo. Um, but like 80% of the time, it was beef. You know, my dad's the one that like, dude, he doesn't like Chivo, and I'm like, bro, like, yeah, and I always use it against him because like,
Wasn't he from Guadalajara or
no, he's from
Jalisco?
Zacatecas,
Oh,
Zacatecas.
never mind.
But no, but even then, like, okay, in my house, I'm the guy that gets roasted for like not being like Mexican enough, like amongst mainly between me and my brother, me and Sam, But because I don't like certain foods, and they're always like, "Oh, you don't like this," and so I always like,
Like what?
okay, so I'm not a big menudo guy. Like I can't stand the smell of menudo. I'm just like, oh, like yeah.
What?
Yeah, I just the smell, like I'm like, oh, that's why I'm a big pozole guy because I don't like menudo.
Menudo all day, twice on Sunday, please.
Yeah, I can't do it. Yeah, I'm like, yeah. So my dad will use that, and I'm just like, dude, you don't like chivo, like birria de chivo. I'm like, that's the OG way to make birria. I'm like, come on, bro. Like,
I think you both have to get a point deducted from your Mexican card.
but see, that's fine. But he's trying to make it seem like I'm like levels below, and I'm like, bro, I'm like, if I could dig a pit in my backyard to make birria de chivo, and we would all eat it happily, I would. But since like it's like he wouldn't eat it, so I'm like, I can't do it then. Like,
See, but not
we
liking
can't have it in the house
menudo,
because he doesn't want it, and it's like,
not liking menudo is a bigger offense than not liking chivo.
nah,
It's yes, it is. Yes, it is.
no.
Yeah, it's a bigger penalty. I, I don't know. I'm having a hard time comprehending. How do you not like menudo?
The smell, it's I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Maybe whoever you had it with, and no disrespect to them, maybe they didn't know how to wash it. Because you have to wash it good. You have to be able to get all the stink out so that it doesn't smell like that. Because I know the smell you're talking about. And whenever
Yeah.
I've smelled that in menudo, I'm like, oh no, thank you. Like Stephanie's family,
Oh, here we go.
they make menudo, and supposedly it's like they're known for their menudo.
Oh my god, it's the best. Yeah, it's like
And I had a bowl. Stephanie was like, "What you think?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "No, but this is what my family is known for." I'm like, maybe you guys should be known for something else. Like,
oh my god.
it just it's weird because there's a difference between the sazon mexicano or Latin, of a Hispanic person
Yeah,
and the sazon of a pocho.
yeah,
And there's a difference, like, and you see that like with pupusas, for example. You go to a pupusa place where the lady has the thick Salvadorian accent and they have like the Salvadorian sodas
Yeah.
You know you're about to have
And the,
really,
and the
really
doña arms, little overlap.
Yeah.
You're gonna get fed.
And she calls you mijo.
Yeah.
You know you're about to get really good pupusas. But if you go in there and they're talking to you in English and they're kind of young,
Just regular canned sodas.
yeah, just prepare yourself. It's not
For
going to be.
downgrade.
It's yeah. So
Yeah.
not that menudo was nasty. It wasn't bad. It just if I invite you to my mom's house and I serve you a plate that she made, and I tell you, oh, this is what mom's known for. It needs to be like
A1. Like, yeah.
oh my God, this is amazing. That whenever you think of that food, you think, oh, German's mom made this.
Right.
Is it as good as German's mom? But if I tell you, oh, my mom's known for this, and you try, you're like, yeah. It's a run of the mill type of thing.
Dude, that I have a tia like that, and I'm like, and this dish isn't even like and yeah. Maybe if I were to tell you what the dish is, you'd be like, "Oh, I know."
Well,
exactly
what's the dish?
And I'll tell you like off the air because if I have like relatives that are listening, they're gonna be like, "Oh,
Put it on the
yeah,
chat. Put it on the chat.
Dude, okay, bro. I was gonna tell you like the name too, but let's see.
So this dish,
And it's not even like a dish worth like bragging about. It's like a easy dish to make. Like, bro,
right.
I can whip something up. And growing up, it was like whenever we'd go to little parties for this, yeah, it was like, oh, they're like she's gonna make this, and then as a kid, I was like glad to eat it. No, I wasn't like ecstatic to eat it, but I was like, oh yeah, like
right.
And then as I got older, I was like, bro, this isn't even like this is like the bare minimum. This isn't even like what are we doing, bro? Like I could have come. No, dude, I'm telling you, and I'll tell you after the pod. But I'm just like, bro, why? This is what you're clinging to, and I'm just like, okay. Like,
so, is this? Is this dish like the basic form of it? Well, what are we talking about here?
Okay, there's I'm gonna go ahead and say the crunch aspect. You're gonna know what I'm talking about. So the crunch aspects.
Yeah.
The dairy-based aspect, wink, wink.
Yeah.
And then there's like a meat sauce, like wink,
meat sauce,
like okay, you know what I mean? Like if I say the
like
word
chili, whatever.
Right, but that part itself, that last part, like the meat sauce part, is the part where I'm just like, you do know like salt and other spices exist, and we're Mexican, so like,
oh, I get you.
And and so now like if I were to be served this or given the option to make my plate, I would just get I'd skip the meat part. I'm like, yeah, I don't need that. I can
just be like, give me the basic form of this.
Yeah, and like if you have tapatio, I'd rather throw that on there, like just better than over that. Like it's
that's funny.
That one's bad. And it's like, dude, like,
it's funny because this dish, even if you make this like super awesome and you're able to like, load it up with like good protein and like
right, the extra decorative, like
even if you're able to do that, it's still a very like
it's easy to make. Like it's
that like it isn't a. I'll say it this way because you and I are big guys,
True, of course.
It's one of those things that like that's a dish that like I've made it and people looked at it and people said, that looks good. I'm gonna do what you just did.
Yeah, yes.
You get what I'm saying? So
yeah, right.
So it's one of those like if you're a big person,
we got the cheat codes. They're ingrained.
Yeah,
in us,
you know how to pimp this dish out.
Yeah,
that it wouldn't be something that even if yours was like extra good, it wouldn't be something that you'd be like, oh look, this is my thing right here. Like it just
This is
would be
my
like,
Mona
bro,
Lisa,
that's
if you will. This is my
like
like, yeah,
that's everyone's thing. You grab a little bit of
right.
this, a little bit of that, put that on top, sprinkle some of this, and they're fire, bro.
I had a moment like that with like
That's
In and Out
funny.
with some youngsters, and
Yeah.
I got my order, and when I got the order, they were like, "Oh, you can do that?" And I'm like, "Bro, like look at me, come on, like you see this body? Like, come on, bro."
There's a lot of
Like,
work, a lot of
yeah, or
time, a
just
lot of
which is
energy.
it's funny because like In and Out's menu is like it's not a big menu, right? You can only do so many things, but
Right.
they have a few little secret menu things where I'm just like, "Oh, you could do this, or this," and they're like, "What?" And because these kids, they're guys that I play music with, and they're like in
Right.
college, so they're like 21, 22, and they're like, "You can do that," and I'm like, "Bro, ask them next time they could do this." So I know what you mean, like, because I'll like if I were at a party and like you were to make this the dish we're talking about, yeah, I would be like, I'm gonna get some of this, some of that, and then like my a cousin of mine who weighs like a buck 20 soaking wet would be like, "Whoa, you really like you went all out," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, bro, like I mean, it's kind of what I do, haha. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna tell you later. You're gonna be like, what? But and there's this thing my dad would always hype up about there's a place in Zacatecas where he would go as a kid, and I think it was just called like Tortas Malpaso, right? That's what it was called, the name. And he would, as kids, he would tell us, "Man, these tortas were like the best ever, blah blah blah," like all this hype. So he built them up in our
Mhm.
mind, and I still haven't gone. I still have not gone. But my mom went because they went a few years ago. They went to Zacatecas, and so they went. And so my mom comes back, and my
Yeah.
mom was like roasting him because my mom is big. Like, dude, the food from Michoacan, like it outmans the food from Zacatecas, and I'm starting to think so too. Like just because we'll ask around, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't see a whole lot of dishes from like your area kind of coming out, and Michoacan because it's by the ocean too. So Michoacan has like the seafood element as well, and then
Right.
everything else that Mexico has.
Yeah.
But this torta apparently it's got three ingredients, and one of them's not even really an ingredient. It's just kind of like a splash of this. So it's the bread, right? The bolillo, but the bolillo isn't your normal bolillo. It's kind of sweet, so it's not like full like Hawaiian roll sweet, but it's just not full salty bolillo.
Okay.
And the chorizo is a special kind of chorizo made there, and they sell it in the little bolita, right? And so it's a small bolillo, and they put two or three little, the chorizo balls, whatever, and then they slather a little bit of the vinagre from like the chile vinagre, kind of thing, and that's it. And so when we found out that's what it was, we're just like, dude, you like what? Where's the rest of it? Like, what? Is this a joke? Is this a joke? And my dad's like, you don't get it. It's like a regional thing. If you were to try it, it's good. And so
Right.
apparently that combination, the sweet bolillo, the chorizo, and the vinagre from the chile, like it's people go there and you can get like 10 of them because they're small. They're kind of like the White Castle burger kind of vibe. They're small, but you get
Okay.
them.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And so I found a video on YouTube of people going and like there's a whole story behind the shop, the torta shop, and how they prepare it and everything. And so my dad's like, it's the history behind it, and people go and they get like 5, 6, 10 at a time, and that's like, and I'm like, all right, and I'm like, I'll still try it if I go,
Right.
but it's a pretty bare minimum torta, bro, because I was expecting like at least like some mayo or like some crema on there,
Mm.
some like
Right.
frijoles, the actual chorizo, and then like we do like tomato, like repollo or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Onion if you want. So I was like, dude, it's just the bun, chorizo, and like the vinagre. I'm like, come on, bro, like you gotta do better than that. So
Yeah.
so I don't know. That's why with my dad, I kind of push back because I'm just like, dude, you like. I've told you he doesn't eat meat unless it's well done, and I'm like, stop. Let's not. I'm not gonna do this with you. Discuss food because you're like, you know,
That is a weird like Mexican thing.
yeah,
Because my mom does the same thing. My mom doesn't eat it unless it's fully cooked. And
all
it's like,
brown or black. Like, the meat
yeah,
has
like
to be like, yeah, like like crispy on the edges and just like
Like you just ruined it, bro. Like
that. Yeah, that's what I told my dad would try to do. I'm like, you're not even really cooking it right. The specific piece. It's not a fatty piece of meat.
yeah.
So now, all right, next time I'm in town, we gotta go and like, because I'm starting to think the smell thing is like what you said, where it's like it's just the whoever's making it didn't wash it right. Because it's the cow's stomach, it's the lining of the cow's stomach. Right?
Yeah.
So if you know a spot, or if your mom makes a good one, I'll try it with you.
My mom does make a really good one.
Okay.
I just have to see if you got it. So give me a heads up. Give me a heads
No,
up,
for sure. Yeah.
and then I'll set it up with her where she can make it. Yeah, it's I'm so blessed to have a mom who can like get down like that, because
Yeah.
whenever I think of food or the best food, I think of her kitchen,
Yeah.
and so it's rare the times where somebody, unless it's like a non-Mexican dish, that I think, oh, my mom can make that. And
Right.
so, yeah, man, it's.
Do you know how to like? Do you dabble in cooking a little bit,
Nah,
or does Abigail?
I don't have the patience. So the one that got my mom's cooking gene is my other sister, Dan. She's the one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's the one that got my mom's cooking gene. Cause she
Okay.
she'll make stuff and it's like, yo, this is next level.
You got to
She
keep her safe, bro, because this
she
is one of those things you do.
yeah, I'm just gonna wrap her in bubble wrap, make sure that nothing ever happens to her. Just her hands, kind of like what George Costanza was wearing the
Right.
mittens.
He's
Just
all
gotta protect her hands.
walk around with oven mitts. Yeah.
Yeah. um, she made this soup, the sopa toscana from Olive Garden,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
bro. It
Dang.
was insane. She makes a really really good lasagna. There's this thing called sushi bake.
I've
That's
heard of
really
sushi
good as
bake.
well.
I think so. Yeah.
So yeah, she's the one that got my mom's like
Okay.
sazon. Like she got my mom's touch.
Sammy got my mom's touch. Sammy's made albondigas, and I'm just like, okay, these aren't that bad. Like, I'll eat these.
Yeah.
He made soup last night. He made like like the potato leek kind of cheesy soup, kind of like soba toscana without the sausage, kind of like it's like at the base.
Right.
And I was like, dang, okay, I was like, this is pretty good. So, dude, because this is one of those things. Remember last time we hung out in person, we were talking about like how language gets passed down, like the culture, like the cooking is another thing.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
it'll like that's another thing that makes me sad when that stuff gets lost after past generations. It's like you got to think 3-4 generations down the line. It's like, dude, who's gonna make menudo in your family? You know what I mean? And it's like, like.
Well, it's why like when I have kids,
They're
it's
gonna
like,
hang out
man,
with grandma.
yeah,
Yeah.
because one of them has to get it. One of you would think,
Yeah.
you would think one of like because that stuff has to be like
It's sacred,
stuff.
dude. It's like, dude.
Not only that, but it gets passed down. It has to be in the genes to be able to have that like that touch to know exactly how much when.
Right.
That whole thing.
I kind of dabble with the cooking, but I'm very much so more like because I've tried to ask my mom, I'm like, how do you make this? And she's like, I can't explain it to you right now. I would have to get in the kitchen and actually make the dish to show you. And even then, I wouldn't be able to write down any like measurements, like because they don't measure. So I'm just like I don't know, like please, at some point, can I, like videotape you making it and describe like what you're doing.
My mom taught me how to make her rice. It's not even. It's just like simple like Mexican rice, and I did it 4 times. First 3 times were a failure, and all 4 times I had her on. I had either my mom or my sister on FaceTime. And I'm like, all right, I'm about to put this. How much? They're like,
Un puño, yeah.
they're like, just pour. We'll tell you when. I'm like, oh my God. So the fourth time was the best one that I made, and it was good. And I was proud. I'm like, all right, I got the rice down. Because it's funny. Like, the reason why I say I'm blessed to have that, it's not everybody has that. Not everybody grows up in a house
Yeah.
or in a family where the cooking is good. Like, I went to, when Stephanie's dad died, we went with, they had what do they call it?
The wake?
Or the thing after the pass, or what do they call it?
I think it's the wake. Like they eat after the funeral, right? I think.
Like after the burial, you go to someone's house and you eat.
Yeah.
Whatever that's called. So we were there, and my mom had taken rice,
Right.
and so people kept, but I didn't know, like, I knew that, but I don't think anybody else knew that because she just dropped it off and left. And so people kept being like, oh man, this rice is amazing. Have you tried the rice?
Yeah.
And mind you, I've grown up with that rice. So when someone tells me this
like,
rice,
yeah.
no. Well, I didn't think they were talking about my mom's rice. Because
right, because for you it's the standard, so you're thinking there must be another even better. Right? That's what you thought.
Yeah. Because to me, that's a Tuesday night rice, bro.
It's
that's
a standard rice. Yeah. It's
yeah. Very standard, very basic. And they're like, oh, you got to try this rice. So I'm thinking like somebody made like chicken fried rice. Somebody made like rice with like meat. I don't know. Like I'm thinking like this has to be some pretty amazing rice.
Like they had a Nicaraguan relative and they put up with like gallo pinto. They're like, oh, it's like a mix, like, okay, cool.
Yeah. And so I'm like in the kitchen and I'm like, feeding myself. But I'm like, where's the rice? I see my mom's rice. But I'm like, where's the rice? Like, and so somebody walks in, like, have you tried the rice? I'm like, no, where is the rice? And he's like, this one. And they point to my mom's.
You're like, dude.
And it was one of those like, wait, you guys are hyped over this? Like, now my mom's rice is really good. Not to say that it's not a good rice. But it's like, you don't even know what good rice is?
Yeah.
Like, good rice is something that you are running around the entire place telling everyone about? Yeah. Oh, no. Like, oh, my God. That's sad. Like, that's sad. And even like Stephanie has been like, man, your mom's beans are the best. And I'm just like, they're just like, because like my mom makes like frijoles puercos, which are to die for.
Right.
Frijoles charros, which are amazing. Yeah. And Stephanie like, no, the regular pinto beans. And I'm just like
de la olla, like just.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right. I'm like, yeah, like I like my mom's beans too, but it's just
yeah.
It's just such a weird. It's a weird thing to be on the other side when you realize what's been normal to you, what's a standard for you, for everybody else, it's like a delicacy. And you're just like, dang, that's privilege right there. Like,
it's like, it like, it just, yeah, I've been to some people's houses and like, I've had like a few things to eat and I'm just like, oh, like, yeah, it was good. Like, I'll, I mean, like, I'm not going to turn it away. Like,
of course.
I'll eat it, That's how I feel about my grandma. She also makes like just like her regular like refried beans.
Mm-hmm.
And because I've had my mom, I grew up with my mom's, but my grandma's like, dude, if I were to have like a bolillo and just her beans, I'm like, I think he just uses like more lard or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
More
yeah.
but I'm like, dude, I don't even need a piece of like queso fresco to put in here or salsa. Like the beans by themselves with the bolillo, I'm like,
We're good. Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, I could take this like to work and I'll, but whereas like if someone's like, oh, I made refried beans, or I'm just like, okay, like where's the rest
What
of the stuff?
else?
Like
What
doctor it
else?
up because I know it's not going to be the same, But with grandma's, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's really all she did, and I'm like, yeah, and it's got that flavor, and I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, So
Yeah, man. It's if you're in a family that has that, protect that, stay there.
bro, tamales. That's another thing because
Tamales, another one. Yeah.
I help my mom sell her tamales. I'm like I like deliver them for her, and I don't know if it's just the people up here, but dude, I've heard guys tell me like I took my mom's tamales to a friendsgiving, and there was this dude, and so I started handing them out because they had like the typical like someone made mac and cheese, someone had like cornbread,
Right.
and so I was there and I brought 2 dozen tamales, and so I was heating them up in like in the microwave and everything, and then I was just passing them out. I was like, yo, like what kind do you want? I got chicken and green, pork and red, queso con rajas.
Yeah.
And people were like, what? There's people always get excited about tamales, but then there was this one dude that was like, dude, like this might be the best tamale I've ever had in my life. And I'm like, and I'm in my mind, I'm like, I know why he's saying that, but I'm like, dude, I get these like multiple times a year. And I'm like, so or people like here in Pat like from church, they'll buy some and they're like, oh my God, the masa's so good, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, she buys it from someone and then she like adds her own stuff, like the right amount of like the lard and everything.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, like they're not dry. They didn't dry up in the flavor. And I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you. That's just the way she makes them. And, so I've had people buy like, yo,
we gotta get you married, and we gotta get this girl to like have an internship with your mom.
yeah.
It's like 6 months you date her, 6 months she's just in the house, just
She's just
like you want to get married 6 months. You just gotta every time
you gotta have like an
every time
apprenticeship.
every time Alma's in the kitchen, guess what? You gotta be in the kitchen too.
Go watch
Every single time. She could be serving cereal. You're gonna be like you just gotta be matching her every move in that kitchen. I'm just saying, because you got to think of stuff like that.
I know for sure, man. That's like
you have to. Like I'm lucky because I have 3 sisters, so I'm in good shape when it comes to that. My sisters are young, but you have Sammy, Vicky. Like,
that's why I gotta be nice to Sam, bro. Bro, when we're older, like I'm like, hey Sam,
that's what I'm
like,
saying.
Can I come over? Because bro, Vicky's the worst one, bro. Like Vicky's out here heating up like hot pockets on a Tuesday night. I'm like, we don't come on, bro. Like
that's what I'm saying.
That's the stuff mom and dad was when we were kids. You're gonna eat frozen food, you're gonna start, and then like,
all right. Well, look, we gotta get you married. We gotta get Kodo married. We gotta get this ball rolling. We gotta.
Where they at though? What's up? So
yeah.
Eli, bro.
Good stuff. It's man. It's the food conversation is always interesting because it gets us super excited and super opinionated about just a bunch of stuff, and it's always fun to hear what people consider good versus what other people don't. But what's a food that you like? I don't want to say refuse, but what's a food that you feel like, I can't believe I'm spending money on this?
Oh, like when going out with people and they're just like, oh, we're gonna go get this, and it's like, you guys are gonna,
yeah,
like, I'm eating here, the specific area where I'm at, it's Mexican food. It's like,
okay,
because of my, like when people suggest it, and people suggest it a lot. It's California. I groan sometimes. I'm like, oh, I'm like, dude.
But that's
I'm
honestly,
like,
that's when you know you're hanging out with non-Mexicans, though.
no, for sure. But even
Right?
even
You
then,
know?
like, because I've had friends up here that like one of them grew up in San Diego, and so like I'm thinking, and he's white, but I'm like, okay, San Diego, like the proximity to good Mexican food is like,
Yeah.
if you're missing it and you're living down there, bro, it's like, what are you
That's
doing?
on you.
Yeah. But yeah, I always suggest other foods because I'm just like, dude, if you guys are gonna suggest Mexican food, like I'm gonna go home because that's where the good Mexican food's at.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll pass. So yeah, and then I'll give my opinions, and
That's a
people
good one.
like talk to me like I'm crazy because like there's a few spots in like San Luis where they're just like people rave by them, and then I go try like a whole group of them, and they're like, which one did you like the most? And I'm like, they're all about the same for me. I don't think anyone is specifically a lot better than the other. And like, I'm not gonna like not eat there, but I'm like, if you're gonna tell me it's the best, I'm gonna push back. And I'm like, it is what it is. And so, yeah, I'd rather go out and be like, oh, let's go get like some sushi. Let's go get like Thai food. Let's go.
Right.
Because if you're gonna go out and get like asada tacos, I'm like, dude, bro, you should come to my house like when it's like my birthday, and like my mom will make like whatever I want
Yeah.
to have that day. Like, I'm like, that's when you should come and like try the food because it's if you're gonna go to such and such express, you're like taco this, taco that. I'm like, and I can know how good a spot is based on like the number of meats that they offered. If it's just like asada pastor chicken, I'm like, it's probably a basic place. It's probably just like,
Right.
So, but
Yeah, to me,
yeah.
it's that list to me, it's soup. Like ramen, pho.
Oh,
Just because to me it's like, man, I'm gonna be hungry 30 minutes after I eat this. Like
oh,
I'm really gonna spend $20 here and like just to be hungry. Like I'm gonna eat
I
this.
think that one depends like on the portions because like I know what you mean.
No, but
'Cause
even I mean, because I've had a big old bowl. I've had like a good amount of protein, and even then, like an hour and a half later, I'm like, dude, I'm hungry, bro. Like,
I get full with ramen, but not with pho because pho is like it's a lighter.
yeah.
So ramen, if I get like, bro, if I can choose like the kind of meat I want and like get like the egg in it and everything, and I'll ask for extra noodles too. So I'm like, yeah, give me more noodles. But I can see that because soup, like it's liquid, like it's
So that one, seafood, just because my mom makes the best seafood I know. So whatever's like, oh, let's go get mariscos. I'm like,
yeah, yeah.
no.
It's like I'll see you at my place in 5 then, like that, right? Like that's
Um, yeah, because Stephanie was saying that to her it's a sandwich. I'm like, are you crazy? That to her,
oh, I've heard that. Yeah,
that
which
to her,
I
it's
back on. I push back on. Yeah,
she's like, I can make that at home. I'm like,
not
yeah,
like
I
that.
guess, but not
Yeah,
like that. Like, unless you have like if you're going to a deli and they have like fresh made pastrami, you don't got that at home.
right,
Like,
right,
what are you talking about? On the rye bread with mustard? Get out of here.
right. Yeah,
So
and even okay. Also, okay, because even the amount of meat, I don't know if like
yes.
okay, because growing up,
Hmm.
I don't know because it's just like we grew up, like not we have food to eat, but there wasn't always like an abundance of food.
Of
So when I
course,
would
of
eat
course.
when I would eat a sandwich, it was like the one piece of cheese if you want cheese, and then like
Right.
a few thin slices of whatever the meat is.
Yeah. Don't get too crazy now.
Yes, and I would go to friends' houses, and they'd be like, "Yeah, each level of cheese is 2 slices," and then I do meat, a bunch of meat, and then another 2 slices, and I'm just like, "Dude, you're like."
You're rich.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Like, damn, like you got a big backyard too, whatever. But I'm just like, dang, dude, like you got it made. And so I've heard that because I'll go to there's a spot right here called Mr. Pickles. I love Mr. Pickles. Great
Right.
sandwich spot.
Yeah.
And one of Trevor's like one of his buddies that I know, like I'll tell Trevor, oh, I'm gonna go to Mr. Pickles like afterward. And he's like, oh, don't let so and so hear you saying that because they're gonna say you're stupid, wasting your money going to get a sandwich and you can make that at home. And I'm like, I've tried that. I've gone to the stores, I've picked out like the bread I want, I picked out, I get like a Dijon mustard or a honey mustard.
Yeah.
I get all the meats I want. I'm like, it's not the same. It's not the same. I can't do it myself. I don't have the touch. So yeah, there's nothing like going to the store and like they're slicing the meat too. They're slicing it, and
it's just,
dude, the bread
sandwich
there.
thing was, I was just like, I was taken back. I'm like, are you like, that's such a bad take.
Yeah.
Because you can say that about burgers. I could grill my own burger. Like, the one that also doesn't make sense, but people like go to like Pinks or like those type of like
hot dogs. See,
yeah,
hot
and
dogs,
it's like,
okay. Hot dogs, yeah.
Because then it's
burgers,
like, yeah,
I think burgers are a wide realm. Burgers,
no.
like,
Yeah.
It
But I'm
depends
saying
on the
like,
kind of burger you're going for,
no, yeah. Burgers are different. You can't
Yeah,
do.
but the hot dogs, I'm like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah. The people that are like, oh man, I can't wait to have, and it's like, I mean, it's a hot dog. Like, you can pimp it out however you want. It's a hot dog. I don't know. I don't like that one is weird when you're spending like what's that place, Dirt Dog, and you're like spending like $20 on a hot dog, and you're like, what are we doing here? Like what?
That hot dog better be able to write some symphonies over there because it's
bro,
like,
if I'm giving you $20, you better be giving me like 4 or 5 hot dogs, bro.
Yeah.
Now that's crazy. That's
if they go, why don't you go get like the dogs like on the street, like outside of like, like,
bro, those are $8.
Bro, still better than $20.
That's insane.
And you might get sick. Be careful. I'm just saying, but
insane.
Yeah. Yeah, hot dogs. Yeah. I'm glad you brought up the sandwich one though, because like this was like not long ago where I was having this conversation. And I'm like, dude, I can't make a sandwich like that at home. I don't even.
Yeah, it's different.
Stop playing with me.
Different thing. Yeah. Have you come to grips? I'm changing the subject now, but have you come to grips with Canelo Munguia? I know we like lightly touched on it on Sunday before the pod, but it's been a few days, since then. You good?
Yeah,
you hyped? Excited?
No, I'm not hyped. I'm looking at it this way. I'm like, okay, cool. You announced the fight. The sooner you get this one over with, the sooner we can get to the fight that we want to see. Like that's.
Did you see what he said yesterday? I think it was.
I don't think so.
So they asked him about Munguia, about Benavidez, and he's
is this where he named the guys that he fought? Like,
yeah, and he's like, oh, like they always say that if I fight Benavidez. No, if I fight Munguia, now that I'm fighting Munguia, they're saying, why don't you fight Benavidez? It's always been like that. Look at my record in boxing. I fight everybody. And it's like, that's not the point.
Like, bro, no one was saying you were like.
And I'm not saying.
I know what you mean. There was a time when people were saying, "Oh,
yeah, for sure."
But we're not there. It's like, dude, that's
long gone.
Yeah,
and it's weird because I hate the one of the words I hate in boxing or fight or in boxing, because it doesn't really happen in MMA. But when I think the words I hate in boxing is ducking, because there's so much that goes on behind the scenes that like we don't know about.
Right.
And I'm not saying Canelo's ducking Benavidez, but it's just weird that he can make this one happen. But he made the Munguia fight happened when Munguia is represented by his ex-promoter, who he doesn't like. The ex-promoter that he's been very clear about how he's not loyal and he's not there for you and this, that, and the other. The promoter that has like every single chance he gets taking shots at Canelo.
Yeah.
So it's like, so you're able to make that fight happen. No complications, but and you're able to get this guy to fight on you where you want him to fight. But you can't get the fight with the guy that fights for PBC. It just doesn't. It just doesn't make sense. So I'm not saying he's ducking him. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is it's weird that this is where it is.
Yeah.
Because if it was Berlanga, I would hate that too. But the Berlanga one I can see. It's Eddie Hearn's guy. Eddie Hearn and Canelo have a really good relationship. This is probably a favor to Eddie. Like, bro, you taking care of me here. Let me take care of your guy. And that would tell me like the Benavides negotiations didn't go as they should have, and there was something like made it stagnant. So Canelo's gonna do this like tune-up fight versus Berlanga, and in that he's giving his boy Eddie Hearn like a favor.
Throwing a bone. He's like,
yeah. And that to me would make complete sense. I still wouldn't like it. I would hate it. I would be as critical as I am now. But it'd be like, okay, I mean, I can see it. But this one, it's like, you're like, I don't know. I don't know how you add it up. I don't know how the math isn't mathing.
The math isn't mathing. Like that's some boxing math for you right there. Like dude. Yeah, it's no, dude. And okay. And I already know, like, dude, it's he goes through Munguia, right? Boom.
Yeah.
Let's say in September, just he fights Benavides.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's gonna be oh, he's actually ducking David Morrell. It's like, oh, bro, like what? Like I don't know, man. And it's funny, like, because I brought up like the war thing last time. Like, he brought up whenever anyone talks about the Bivol fight, they're like, "Oh, cherry pick gone wrong," and Ward said, "Oh, it seems like he miscalculated that he was." And it's like, dude, like, I mean, when were you gonna move up or move down and like fight guys? So it's like they can't even give him props for like losing the way he lost to Bivol going up that to that weight. Did you guys forget where this guy started fighting? I'm like, because they were like, oh, you fought Khan and blah blah, and it's like that they're not that far in weight, bro. They're not like So I'm ready. This is like I'm viewing it like the Yildirim fight. It's like, okay, let's get this going. Fight's coming up soon, and then after that, it's like, great. You're fighting Benavides.
Yildirim wasn't he the mandatory? He was a mandatory, remember? Like he was. That's how we were able to like get all these like Canelo haters off our back.
Yeah. Isn't Benavides going to be a mandatory like for or was for one of the belts, one of the organizations?
Yeah, but Munguia isn't. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah. I don't know. I'll go like on social media and see like the comments, and I'm like, you with that dog meme watching the Niners or football. That's me watching the comment section trying to come up with ways to defend Canelo. I'm like, I don't even. It doesn't matter what he says at this point. It's not gonna fix what's going on. Like
that was such a good meme. I got a good chuckle when I saw that one.
I know the face you make. The face you make, like that would translate to that dog's facial expression. I'm like, I've seen that face on German before. So I'm like,
oh,
I know exactly. So, but yeah, dude, I don't.
Yeah, man.
That's all I have to say about that. I'm
That's
I'm
it.
tapped
Yeah,
out. Like,
there's nothing else to say.
Yeah,
about that.
Did you see what Ryan was saying, dude? Again, dude,
he's coming after the Jake guys, huh? The Paul brothers.
Yeah, and even the drink, which I'm like, okay, like,
yeah,
I'm like, I don't know, dude. I
just hope he makes it on April 20th.
Yeah,
just make it April 20th, Ryan. After that, you
can do whatever you want.
You can expose Bohemian Grove.
Yeah.
Whatever other stuff you say you have. You can go free Andrew Tate from jail, like whatever you got to do.
Just go ahead.
Just make it April 20th. Dude. So we've had like several conversations on the group chat, the infamous group chat. Which if we ever get any leaks will be like all those TikToks and all those memes of the guys just showing up to court.
We're gonna be like Brady, like look at it, like, oh, who's coming in now? Like,
yeah. With Angel, Eliza and I being the main corporates, as we're the ones that are always, we've texted the longest, and we've done it, and we've texted the most, and then you would come in fourth as the newest edition. And even as the newest edition, I think you're the guy that texts the fourth most. But we talked about like, and this is one of my favorite subjects, kind of. But I like to dabble into like the Christian heresy and like all the different like quacks that are that get in there and like just spew nonsense. And what's alarming to me, it's not just how many like quacks there are out there, but how many like Christian people like fought for that crap. Like how many of them are like, oh yeah, this is truth, man. And you're just like,
you're like the dog. You're watching, you're like, am I a joke to you? Like what?
I'm just like, bro, like, tell me you don't read your Bible without telling me you don't read your Bible, bro. Like,
dude, that meme you post, was it the boot crushing the person's head? Like, dude, I use that for everything, dude. It's like, because it's like, oh no, the actions of my consequences. Oh,
it's like, crazy. Like I'll see on TikTok, and it's like some spiritual like podcaster, and it's like, oh, so and so reposted this, and I'm just like, okay, all right. Like, and the other day I was like, I got so annoyed. I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? And somebody was like, why do you watch that? Like, it's not going to be legit. Like, it's just going to upset you. Why do you do that? I'm like, I have to. Like, dude. I have to. It's like, I have to. Just I don't know. Just leave me alone.
You kind of like triggering yourself a little bit, like getting fired up to just like.
It's and whenever I think, okay, I've heard the most ridiculous thing. It's like, no, let me
hold my beer, like,
Yeah, and you're like, are you serious? Like, oh God, it's just funny.
I was just at Walmart earlier this morning, and then I always love going to check out the books just to see like whatever's there, because I bought like the Harry Potter series there.
Right.
I found Dune 1 and Dune 2, and so I always go and like wander over, like The Outsiders. If anyone read The Outsiders. and I was walking by, and sure enough, there was like 15 tips to improve blah 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 and like health and everything, and Joel Osteen, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
it's wild, man.
you call him the wolf. I find like that's when did that start? How far back?
Ooh.
And do others call him the wolf, or is this a German thing?
I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one that calls him the wolf.
Yeah, yeah. Because even I remember when the first time I heard you say it, or like
Yeah.
was when Kanye was doing this whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Put out like his gospel album,
Yeah.
and like there were reports that he's gonna meet with Joel Osteen, and you're like, there he goes, Kanye's gonna go meet the wolf, and I was like, the wolf. I was like, okay. So
yeah, I think that I've been calling that for a long time, but
yeah.
I think the problem is that because our culture is so celebrity driven, and that infiltrates the church, so you get Christians thinking that we need celebrities. So whenever if Kanye West says he's dropping a gospel album, every single Christian gets, oh, finally, like, and it's like
Now they can
this,
take up the shield for Kanye, and it's like, oh, come on.
and it's like, come on, like, have you like ever heard Kanye? Kanye has always talked about Jesus, one, and Kanye is just like every other dude. Like it's just the way it goes. Like he grew up culturally Christian, so therefore those are his leanings. It doesn't mean he believes anything of it. Doesn't mean he actually like follows it. It just means culturally that's what he is. It's like a Catholic who culturally is Catholic, but doesn't hold any of the beliefs. Just but if they pass through a Catholic church, they're gonna do the thing, and that's all that is.
Or if they see an ambulance pass by, have you seen that thing? They do that. Like,
what do they do when ambulance passes by?
So, because I've had homies that are Catholic, and like I'll be riding in the car with them.
Yeah.
And when an ambulance passes by, they do a little, and I'm just
really?
like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I'm just like, okay. And then I had a coworker,
yeah,
who every time he came in for his shift, when he walked through the door, boom,
se persinaba,
like,
yeah,
and I was like, oh, okay, But then I would talk to him, and I'm like, this particular dude was like tinfoil hat guy, and I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, come on, bro. I was like,
yeah.
So, but anyway, not to cut you off, but that's just like like when they go somewhere, like animals passes by, like they're always like, and I'm like, okay. I'm like,
yeah.
Notes.
So I think that's the problem, because I think it just we get such a way from these guys talking about Christianity that we get too excited. And we say, oh man, they're, it's like, well, maybe they are. But we'll see, And if they are, then that's great. But guess what? That's not what Christianity needs, but cool. And it's frustrating to say.
No, I bet. Dude, there was a moment like, because in that chat too, I was just like, hold on, y'all. I didn't say anything at the time, but I was like, just wait a second. But that report about CJ Stroud.
Oh, right.
And y'all were like ready to attack, and I was like, hold on. I'm like, it's just, we don't know yet. We don't know. Just, which I know what you mean. It's like, at face value, it's like, oh, it's not a good look, but it's like, now if they were to say, yo, like, Amber Rose announced she's pregnant and she's been seeing CJ, then you're just kind of like, oh, dude, like, bro,
Well, I mean, but it's like with everything. Like, if you're married and you like, there's a picture of you with a woman and you guys are just walking out of a place at night and she gets in your car, it's like, what are you doing? And
No,
even
yeah.
if what, even and she's dressed all like provocative. And even if it's like I'm just taking her back to her hotel, like have a good, have a great time explaining that away to your wife. Like, because maybe all that you did was that, but the optics of it.
No, for sure. For sure.
And it's
Is he
like, dude,
married? He's married?
no, no, no.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if you're a Christian,
No, for sure. For sure.
yeah.
But again, context. Like, if it was at night and it was just CJ and like outside of a club, I'd be like, yo, yeah, right. You're just giving her a ride. But it's a charity softball game, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
She's rich. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. You know.
All I'm saying is
I'm
I
just
don't.
saying the amount of time it took for y'all to pick up the stones. I was like, y'all, hold up, just give them.
It wasn't picking up stones. It's just we're just reading the situation.
No, I know, but still,
But
like,
it just context. It's
no, for sure. That's what I was.
like
I was gonna say that, but I was like,
you
they're
show
gonna
up to
like,
you show up to a place, you show up to a gig, and like I don't know, you're opening for I don't know, man, like the Killers, and then
right.
Brandon Flowers like, oh, dude, like, you think I could borrow your mic? I didn't bring my mic today, man. And you're like, you're freaking Brandon Flowers, like you don't like you don't have a mic, like what? Like you're a celebrity, you don't have a ride to your hotel. Like, what are you, a teenager? Like, what are you talking about? Come on, David. What
No,
are we
for
doing?
sure, for sure.
What
Okay,
are we
but okay,
doing?
dude, just let CJ be nice, bro. Let him be
Okay,
nice for
all
now.
right,
For now, that's
all
what I'm
right,
saying. For now, till
all
then,
right,
just yeah.
all right. Let me turn off all the wisdom then. All right,
No.
all the instincts. Let me just shut them off.
Just let him be. Let him be till. Hey man, innocent to proven guilty. Come on. I thought you said this was America.
Oh man.
There you go. But yeah. So okay. So Joel's a figure, right? He's like
Right.
but there's a whole list of other guys. And there are other
Right.
names that I've heard. Another one was like Al Sharpton, right?
Mm, yeah.
TD Jakes is another one I hear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cash Luna, is that a name, right? Cash Luna?
Cash Luna, yeah.
Yeah.
Spanish circles.
Right. And then but then even going like with like artists too. I'd like the name like Mia San Marcos, or
You
Marcos
got like
Lee. Eli mentioned Marcos.
Stephen Furtick.
Yeah. So various figures, but
Right.
yeah. And then Rick Warren too. Rick Warren. But then there's also a list of other names where I'm just like they're the more like that can I say like they're like the purists, like they're just like
Yeah.
straight up, R.C. Sproles, right?
R.C. Sproul,
Okay.
MacArthur, John Piper,
John
those
Piper,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah,
Is there a Keller guy in there? I'm thinking of a Keller.
Tim Keller, yeah.
Tim Keller. Okay, all right. Okay, so if you were to make a little chart,
yeah,
and you can start wherever you want to start, but go through like the main things these guys say and where they differ and why they're in the camps that they're in, I guess.
So
I said that may be like a broad,
yeah. So if
some
you
bullet points, if you will.
If you start on the dudes that are whack, so the quacks, if you start in that group,
Right.
their emphasis is always man, is always you're a good person, you're, this, that, and the other. Joyce Mayer's another one.
Right.
Um, and it's, the emphasis is you. You have the power to change. You have the power to do this, that, and the other. You have the power to uh, you have the power to change your circumstances. There's like a big focus on the power of your words. So it's like not all the way affirmations, but it's pretty much affirmations. Um, there is a focus on God, like you are the most precious thing to God. Like you are, like God has done everything because you're so amazing.
Mm.
And because you're so amazing, you have to view yourself as that. There's this idea of like forgiving yourself, loving yourself. So it's a very self-centered like teaching
Right.
that goes on with all of them. Like it's not just one of them, with all of them. Now they all like pick different ways of doing it and different avenues, but it's funny because they all like run in the same circles and
Right.
they all say the same thing ultimately.
Very like
So
self-help kind of like.
yeah. And when it comes to God, it's a very God is there to serve you, to inspire you, to bless you, to encourage you. Like it's you centered. And when you get to the other side is very Bible centered. So, and that's honestly, that's the difference. And that's what you're looking, because if someone is telling you they are a pastor, for example, and all they do is talk about what they think and they spend very to no time studying the Bible, then they're not a pastor. And you and I, grew up in a church where they would give you your little bulletin and they would have already the message, and the pastor wouldn't read from his Bible, he would read from the bulletin, and he would have Matthew 17:10, part A, not part B, part A. And he would read part A and be like, you see what the Bible says? And you're like, okay, but there's a second part to this. What about the second part?
Yeah.
And that's another guy who wouldn't teach the Bible. He would teach his philosophy. And that philosophy is if you give to God, God will give to you. If you're generous to God, God will be generous to you. And a lot of people got hurt. A lot of people got robbed, manipulated
Mm-hmm.
of a lot of money because of that type of stuff. So it's a very man-centered, money-centered, even family-centered type of gospel where the family is the more important thing. We're going to have a family night for the families, where the other side is Bible centered. So, what does the Bible say about man? Well, the Bible says that man is actually evil and there's nobody good and we're all rotten. And that's a very different thing than like, oh man, you're just human. You just made a mistake, but you're good.
Mm.
Those are two different things. So that's the biggest difference. That's where you see the biggest um, thing that separates the two groups. Just their emphasis. And one group emphasizes man, the other group emphasizes the Bible. And it's why in one camp, God is worshipped for the sake of things. So you're going to give to God because he's going to give you things. and the other group worships God because God is God. And so that's where you get the two biggest distinctions within those two camps.
Okay. What about, and here's another thing, because the one of the names that you mentioned, Stephen Furtick, what is the church that he's at? What's it called?
Elevation.
Yeah. Okay. So how does that bleed over into the like the music, the worship? Because like, it's also a thing where like I've talked to like other musicians or worship directors and whatnot, and they go about choosing what they're gonna play.
So
And that's like a thing where like for example, I was talking to like a mutual friend of ours, and I asked them, I'm like, oh, like what do you guys play? And so I started listing some of the names. Like, oh, like what about this? And there were some names where it was like, oh yeah, we do this, and then some names where it was like, oh no, we don't do that. And she had like the reasoning, and I was just like, okay, that's like a new reason I've heard. Because in the past I've heard like lyrically what's in it is not accurate, or another reason I heard was just like, oh, like it's all like too emotional. That's another thing I've heard too. So those two kind of camps, I guess. But go ahead.
So you get the music, it comes in because lyrically first. That's where it starts. So you get with these churches, so like Hillsong, Elevation, what's the other one? Jesus Culture, like that whole group.
Right. Bethel
groups. Bethel, yeah, Bethel music. So you with these camps, you get a man-centered worship. So it's about me, my struggle, what I'm going through, like my situation, and not God and who God is and how awesome God is and how amazing how God is and how holy God is. And that's the biggest distinction. And the reason why, for example, at our church, we don't play any of those bands is because we want to just not be associated with them in any way. Because some of their songs lyrically are right. And what's funny is that some of their music have better doctrine than their preachers. And that's like the funny part, because it's like,
right.
so you do know sound doctrine. You do know what the Bible says. You just don't want to teach it from the pulpit. And the reason why you stay away from it is because you don't want the people to be inspired by that kind of stuff. Because what happens is if you listen to Bethel, you listen to Elevation, you listen to those groups, and you like the band, you're like, oh man, I love this song. You do some digging, man, where's these guys from? And then you go to you find the church, and then you find yourself listening to the preaching. And so it's really just a corrective measure, because the music is the gateway to the entire false doctrine, because it's the easy hook. It's just a song.
Right.
And, I remember talking to this pastor, and he was like, oh man, I got tickets to go to a Bethel concert. He's like, I don't agree completely with what they do, but God, their music is amazing. And this is a pastor, and I was like, man, I don't think you should go to that. Those guys are awful. I was like, oh no, but their music, man. And it went for the music. So if a pastor is willing to bypass that, how much more a layperson, So that's why I think there has to be a strict boundary between the music, because it's the gateway to it all. Because you find yourself singing about yourself, you find yourself repeating mindless things, saying things that don't really make sense. Like there's a song, I always reference it because it just to me doesn't make, I don't know what that means. I don't know what it like what does that even means in terms of worship? And it says, "Soy amante de tu presencia." And people will repeat that. And it's a song that's sang and people repeat it over and over and over again. And it's like, oh, I love that song, man. Okay, but what are you saying? Like, what does that even mean? Like when you come down and I see you and I'm like, if all I say to you, man, David, I love being in your presence, bro. I love being in your presence. But I don't actually talk to you. I don't like, dude, how's this going? How's that? Like, dude, let me tell you what's going on in my life. If we don't actually like connect and like talk, and it's like, dude, how was it hanging out with German? It'd be like, dude, it's kind of weird. He just kept saying that he loves being in my presence. And it's like, I don't know what that means. And so there's a lot of that. There's a lot of this mindless repetition that happens with those music groups that you're not saying anything. You're not actually worshiping. Because if you look at like the book of Psalms in the parts where there's like songs or worship songs to God, they're all about God. They're not about the man. It's about God, elevating God, exalting God. And those groups don't do that. They exalt man to the level of God, and then they come to God.
Right. Okay. Are there any artists
Yeah.
where you're like, and older new artists, but where you're like, oh, this is like they're doing it right, and they're kind of slept on, I guess, because of the like the industry and whatnot, Because I was thinking about that because like obviously like all the names you've mentioned, it's like it's who's like making the round like on the radio and whatnot. But I was thinking, I was like, oh, I'm gonna ask, and then also like when I was at your church, um, some of the music like it went way back, and I was just like, oh, okay, cool, So hearing now that you're just like, oh, how closely do you work with Angel or whoever's leading worship to go over the songs, and then who do you like, whether they're no longer here or still making music that you're like, oh, this is solid stuff.
So man. Full disclosure, I don't really listen to music. Uh, um so when it comes to music, when it comes to like church music, there is this
Or when you
group.
say I'm listening to music, do you mean like just like worship music like that? Is that what you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
'Cause I
yeah.
know you listen to music. We've talked about,
Right, yeah, yeah. Like I don't
Right.
listen to worship music like
Right.
that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Um okay, so Sovereign Grace music, those guys are legit. Those guys are good.
Gotcha. Okay.
Um and honestly, I would just advise everybody get a hymn, get a hymnal.
A hymnal. Like, okay.
And that's pretty much it because the coritos are all pretty good. They're all like super solid too. The old coritos, if you're able to
Yeah.
make them modern and add a modern sound, those are super legit.
I was about to say, if that's the thing, like that's like, I'm
Um,
surprised. I'm sure someone is doing this, but like those old hymnals kind of making them yeah, putting like a modern touch of music.
yeah.
Yeah. Because
Um,
even because I was gonna ask, I'm assuming the other guys you've named, like the guys on like the
right.
Sproles, Kellers, assuming they probably have hymnals like sung at the church if they have like
That's all
worship.
they have sang at the
Yeah,
church. Yeah,
yeah,
just
okay.
hymnals. So yeah, that I think that's the safest way until there's somebody that comes along and
I was about to say there's like a whole other like someone has to.
bro,
I don't
there's
want to
like
say take advantage, but I'm saying like someone
no,
could really
but
like
for real, like if
like
if you're a Christian artist and you're trying to make a living, because let's be real, that's what it is,
right
bro. There is an entire
market
just
that's being missed.
oh my god, can you imagine? You're the modern hymnal guy, like,
I'm just saying,
whew,
not saying. I'm just, bruh.
God,
If ain't
why couldn't you make me a musician?
I'll help. I'm just saying. I'll help, dude.
Oh man,
Hey, you, me, Angel, Victor. I don't know.
we're just throwing names out there. That's all we're
I'm
doing.
just. I don't want
Yeah,
to say like manifesting, but like I'm just throwing
yeah,
out
we're
these little
putting it
proposals.
out in the ether. That's all we're doing.
Yeah. So, but that's crazy because I was thinking about that. I was like, because then I'll also go like to I was watching some videos like about these artists, these speakers, and whatever. And specifically like with the artists, I'll be in the comment section, and some people are like, "Man, I used to listen to so and so, but now I don't." And I'm thinking like, and most of these comments never say who they're listening to now or what they listen to, and so that's why I was like, "Is there someone that's kind of thinking like, if the hymnals are the way to go, like why not just,
Yeah, there should
work with
be.
that?"
I'm surprised there isn't. So like Citizens is a good one. Those guys, obviously don't make exclusive worship music. Those guys are pretty good. So it's just there's bands out there, but there isn't like the designated worship group that is like doing these things.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. Interesting. Like noted. I'm gonna put that in my back pocket, and then I'm gonna like go and like, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
cook some
man.
fire in the lab. Maybe I don't know, but all right. Yeah, because that first song you guys played at your church, the Angels thing, I was like, dude, I remember when I was like 5 hearing this song, and I was like, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I remember hearing my dad sing like super out of tune, but he was still singing. And so hearing like people in church like singing around me too, also just out of tune but loudly, I was like, dang, that was dope. Do they have because Adrian was telling me that like at his brother's church, for example, like they sometimes do just like someone playing organ. Those other
Mhm.
preachers, like, is it organ and hymnals, or do they still do like the full like drums, bass, guitar thing? And someone singing along to like on a microphone, or is it just
So
someone
I think
playing?
they have like a choir. I think they have um
Okay, the choir, gotcha.
an organ.
Yeah, yeah,
Um I'm sure they have a guitarist. The
yeah.
drums is the one that I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they
Okay,
have the drums.
yeah. The drums would always get like the drums are always like under attack just because of the volume and how harsh
Yeah.
they are. Okay. Who do you see? Okay, so those guys, right? Sproles, Keller.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume they're the biggest names in that
Yeah.
realm, but
Mm-hmm.
they're also, if I'm not mistaken, they're older gentlemen,
Well,
right?
Archie Sproul's already dead. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Or some of them, like who are the young cats that are coming up? You know what I mean?
Uh, German Contreras.
There you go. I was about to say. Yeah, name like contemporaries of yours where you're just like, oh, they're doing it right. You're like, they're on the right path.
Honestly, I
Is it
mean,
pretty thin?
it's not so much that it's thin. It's just, there's nothing flashy about teaching the Bible.
Right.
And unless you get a gigantic church like Spurl, like MacArthur, like Piper, um, like the dude from Nine Marks, forgetting his name. Unless you're doing that, it's it's not as flashy.
Right.
And so there's like a lot of good um, teachers. Like you got Suhei. I always butcher his name, but it's a Suchel Michelin or something like that, and he's really good. He's a Spanish guy. Um, But it's just because it isn't so flashy like
Right.
the
Like the other guys. I mean, the guys have the advantage of like, if they make
right.
a viral clip of them, spewing nonsense and people dig it, they're gonna be like, "Oh, dude, I gotta repost that. I gotta share that." That's like they were talking directly
Yeah.
about me to me, and then people,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I mean,
Or like
you
with podcasting nowadays, everybody can do it with like not
right,
to take a double podcast,
right,
but like
right,
someone
right.
like a video of them talking about it on their pod, and then it's like,
Hmm.
boom, the algorithm runs with it, and it's like then
Yeah,
they're like, boom, they're growing.
because I mean, you get guys like Paul Washer. Paul Washer's really good.
Mhm.
Tim Keller, who's now dead. James White, he's good. He's more of a theologian, but he's good. Um, I'll pull up my list right here.
Is theologian just someone that studies doctrine but doesn't preach? Is that
I mean, they do both, but I'm saying like most of their stuff. If you like get a book of James White, it's going to be super, super dry. You can be like, dude, what is this? But it's like it's theology, so
gotcha? Okay, yeah,
it's
yeah.
probably not going to be for everybody. Um, and then you get guys like um, Kevin DeYoung. That guy's good too. Ligon Duncan. That guy's good. Um, and so a lot of these names are names that people have never heard before. D.A. Carson. D.A. Carson's really, really good. I like him a lot. Buddy Bockham, he's pretty well known. Joe Beakey, he's good. Alistair Begg, that's another one that's good. Um, Albert Moeller's good too.
Okay, okay, good,
Um,
good.
so I mean, I mean that's a list, but
No, for sure, for sure.
in terms of young guys, because that list is mostly like older dudes. Us young dudes that are don't have big churches, don't have
I
big
gotta pick up the
reach.
slack. I gotta, no, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just honestly, it's consistency and it's about
Patience and
pretty much, man, and being willing to understand. You may not get you're probably not going to be have the reach as some of these guys, but you're still in the fight, and
gotcha.
so that's the difference. You know,
Dang. Right on, right on.
yeah.
Hmm. I think that's most of what I had as far as like this department, but just gauging those dudes. Because obviously they're like that's why I asked about the names coming up under the the Sproles and the Kellers, because you always see like the old wolves, and then
Right,
like now
right.
you're seeing like the young wolves coming up and also like making this
Mm-hmm.
stuff and making that, and then it's like, and it just feels like there's always like a new trend or some young like booming church coming up, and it's like, who are these guys again? So I'm like, all right,
For
well, where's the
sure.
other side? Where's everyone else? But okay, all right. I like that you named yourself first too. I was
Yeah.
like, in my mind, I was like, watch German sneak himself in there too, and you're like, well, Herman Contreras, and I was like,
Hey,
all right,
bro,
that's
we're out
hey,
here, bro. We're
no,
out
true,
here.
true, no, true. Hey, you're right, you're right.
Like
I
yesterday, somebody every time on X, whenever I see somebody be like, "Oh, I'll recommend what's a new podcast
I
recommendations?"
saw you were like this one's good. Like, yeah,
I'm
dude.
always like, "Bro, well, why am I gonna hype somebody else up? Let me start with me. You know,
Right, right.
let
No,
me
for
hype
sure, for
myself
sure.
up first. Like,
Yeah,
come
I
on,
always
we
see
out
that with
here."
like I've heard like rappers say that where they're talking about like believing in themselves, like in like their
Yeah,
craft and whatnot, and they're just like, well, dude, like if I don't believe in myself, then why should you
bro,
believe
I
in
agree with that
like?
100%, bro.
And so I'm like, dang, okay. I was like, so I saw you, and I was like, German's a real one. German's like he got that rapper like NBA baller killer in
Bro,
him. Like I see. Like when you
bro,
went and played soccer the other night, I was, dude, okay, because I'm gonna tell you right now,
yeah,
because like with our our homie Gehrig possibly
yeah.
tearing something in his knee.
Oh man, We got to get him on.
We're gonna have him on soon, and I might simulate it today. But because you and I, we're big guys, and so obviously working on being more active, eating better, all that good stuff.
Right.
There's a part of me that wants to like go out and just ball up again, like just hoop. Like even with my bandmates, like my guitarist, he's like a pretty fit guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, we've like messed around in his apartment with like the little hoop he has, like the little you put on the wall.
Right.
And he's a goober, so he'll always like pretend to like cross me up like with like the little like foam ball. And I'm like, I can tell by the way you move, like you can ball. And if I put you in any sport, he's got that kind of lingo, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was like, yo, would you want to play basketball sometime just to, And he's like, dude, I'd love to. And I was like, okay, cool. So I was thinking, I was like, all right, I'm going to go out, stretch, touch my toes, all that stuff, ball up again. And it's been on my mind. And then I see Garrett's, like, his accident. And the first thought that came to mind is like, that's why I don't play sports anymore because I'm getting older. I use it as an excuse. I'm like, I'm putting the boot on myself. I'm like, I'm going to be even more unhealthy and just not play.
Because you thought I was gonna send a text like, "Hey guys, I tore my meniscus."
I thought
I'm gonna be out of commission for a while,
bro. But then you were like, "Oh, I have fun," and I'm like, "Dang!" I was like, "All right, that's my sign that I still need to go out and play. I still need to go out and do stuff."
Yeah, look, Garrett was probably doing something crazy athletic. He probably went up for something, and then he got caught, and it just
He said it was a jump shot he had no business trying to make anymore. He's like, I don't know why I went for that shot.
There you go. So, just.
But me, like, putting the boot on myself, I'm like, that's my excuse to not play. And I'm like, I should play.
You'll be fine. You'll be low to the ground anyway.
Yeah. So if I were to jump, dude, and bro, if I were to fall on somebody, like, it's over for them. You know what I mean? So that's why whenever when we went with the camping with like the high school boys and they want they're roughhousing and they're like join in, and I'm like, dude, if I fall on you, I will snap like your shin or your femur. Like this isn't even funny. So I don't want to.
I'm changing your life if I fall on you.
Yeah. So I'm like, let's not do that. You guys can play. I'm gonna sit here and like drink my coffee and sip on my water while you guys play. So but I need to get more movement. So hopefully I have a similar text in the chat where I'm like,
there you go.
Basketball's fun. I need to play more. Even though I suck
for you, bro. I'm rooting for that.
Yeah. So who'd you go play with?
My little brother, my sister. My little brother joined his soccer team for middle school at school.
Oh, okay.
So he had gotten some cleats, and he was like, "Hey, like, when can we go to the park?" And I told him Sunday. Then Sunday came, and I was like, "Oh, let's just go tomorrow." And so, I had to fulfill my word, and I went Tuesday. It was Monday, and it was fine. It worked fine.
Okay.
I've been doing trying to do the 10,000 steps. So I was like, dude, I'm tired, bro, but I'm here, bro. Let's do it.
You got you got your steps in. Yeah.
I worked out at the gym, and I was like, you know what? Let's go, bro. I'm not going to be running as much. And I ran a little bit. I scored a goal, and I was all right. I got goalie because we were playing Mete Gol. And I was trying my hardest to like block everything just so I can stay at goalie. So I had to run. I'm out here pulling a Memo Ochoa. If I get hurt, it's good because I was playing goalie, not because I was.
Bro, you were hitting against Brazil in 2014.
Bro, I was like,
you were like,
you shall not pass, bro. That was me.
Just to stay, not even to win the game, just to stay at goalie. You're like, yo,
yeah, just so that I don't have to run, bro.
Don't let me.
So that was funny.
Dude.
Yeah, man, but it was good. It was fun.
Right on. Yeah. Maybe next time I go, like, dude, yeah, definitely tell the boys, like, yo, let's go,
Yeah, we'll go hoop.
I'm saying it now. I suck. I sucked at most sports except football, which is why I probably love playing football because I'm not too coordinated with like dribbling and all that, whether soccer or basketball, but I'll do my best. But yeah, I can go shoot some hoops.
Yeah.
Does Eli play too? Does he
He
ball?
does, yeah.
He does. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. We'll get a little pickup
Yeah,
game going.
that'd be good.
Heck
Final
yeah, bro.
thought?
Final thought. Let's see. I don't. No, that's it. I said it all. We
Okay.
got our food argument out of the way, so we hashed that out. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What about you?
My final thought is um let's normalize being a high maintenance friend. Let's normalize that.
Oh,
Let's not make our high maintenance friends, and I'm saying this as a high maintenance friend
wait.
myself.
Okay, dude. That
Let's 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 just accept them for who we are, not for who they are, for who we are.
okay. Yeah. Okay.
And let us love you with our high maintenance friendship. We don't want anything from you. We don't want you to buy us stuff. We don't want you to call us every day. Just answer our text messages. Just
Damn,
initiate a text here and there. Hey, dude, what's going on? Hey,
dude.
here's a video.
Dude,
Hey,
that
like,
conversation dude. It was like,
just because look, and you've been in the group chat for a little bit, and this isn't specific to the group chat, but just in general, look, I need if you say you're my friend, I have a very clear and high definition of friendship.
that.
So
Yeah.
if you're saying we're friends, let's be friends. But whenever you get that energy and you're like, dude, what is going on? Then just know that for me, for my own protection, I don't put you in a category as friend. So therefore, I'm not hurt.
Wait, do you mean what's going on when like there's like the beef between friends, or just like you see
No,
they're
no, no,
not
no,
like,
no, no. But say, for example, like you've been cool with somebody a long time, total bud, and then
right.
like time happens and, disconnection, it just
Oh,
happens.
right. Okay. Yeah.
And it's like in my mind, so that I don't like take anything personal for my own protection. I just you're still my friend, but you're not my friend.
That's something that as I got older, like
And
differentiating between who's a friend and who's not, I started being a little bit colder with it, just because. Okay, because like
but for your own protection, your own good, yeah.
right, because then okay, because I'm the type of guy, because like Aiden said in the chat, he's like we're like loyal friends, to him and whatnot. We've had our ups and downs. Forgive,
Right.
of course, I get it. You and I, we've been there.
Right.
But in other situations, I've had people that I like growing up. I was like, oh, like they're my friend, they're homies, and then like time passes by, and I maybe realized that I was only like quote unquote friends with them because I saw them like at work every day for that certain job, and then
Yeah.
got along with them enough to where we were like fine as like buds.
Right.
And then once they leave or I leave, it's like
It's over.
And if I run into them again early on, I'd be like, oh, like say I'm with like Garrick, right? We're walking down the street, and then I see like an old coworker, and I'd be like, oh, hey, dude, what's up? How's it going? Blah blah. If it was like 18-year-old me, I would have been like, oh, that's my friend so and so. Now that I'm just like older and I've been around the block a little bit, now I'm just like, I'm pretty cool using the word like acquaintance, or like, oh, they're an old coworker. Like that's,
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing, I'm learning to be like, okay with that. It's like, they're not like a friend.
Yeah.
We were like work friends at once, and we're cool, but I don't hang out with them all the time. I don't,
Right.
they have made an effort. I've made an effort, and that's fine. That's totally cool. So in that regard, yeah, I'm starting to be a little more like, I wouldn't call you a friend. You're an acquaintance. Doesn't mean you're not cool. Doesn't mean I don't like you.
Right, of course.
But we're not friends like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay. Yeah.
and some people can't deal with that or can't recognize that. So
Yeah. So as
yeah.
a high maintenance friend, just know that. Just know It comes from a
Wait, so
place
are we
of
the high maintenance friends? Is that like we're like is that
I.
like
Well,
like
I for sure am a high maintenance friend.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
So
I tween a lot because I can like, for example, like with Adrian, like like I said, the occasional memes, occasional text, phone call every now and then. But I have like I have another friend who's like constant, like, and I'm sometimes I can't keep up, and I'm just like, bro, like, can you not send me so much stuff? I'm trying to like, like I'm at work, bro, chilling, but. Because I wouldn't
yeah,
say you're like high maintenance. Like like when I see you, and it's like, let's go eat when I see you. You know what I mean? And but some people can't even do that. It's kind of like
no, I
how
get you, but I'm
like
saying in terms of like if we're, I'll say like because I send you TikToks. That's like
right,
my memes.
right. No, no, that's what I mean. Yeah, yeah,
um, and I'll sometimes send a good amount at a time and all that. And if it's like one of those things that like 2 weeks pass by and you like say nothing, it's like, come on, bro.
Oh, okay, okay. No, for sure, for sure.
Like you don't like, or we're texting and we're all like texting and it's like you can't shoot one text.
Right,
Like
right,
I like, especially nowadays. Like, dude, we all have a phone
right, right.
on a like. You mean to tell me you are 24 hours a day incapable of looking even at your phone?
And sending an LOL or oh, that was a good one. Like just anything.
And that's what I mean. Like, and
Right.
and so to me, I'm high maintenance in terms of if you're saying we're like close, like if you're saying we're close,
Yeah.
let's be close, man. But if we're not close, then bro, cool, bro. I'll see you once a month. I'll talk to you once a month, if that.
Right.
And I'm good. We're good.
Yeah, no, for sure. You know
But
who
if
we are? We so you and I are because I don't feel like we're high maintenance. Like what we're asking for is you and I are your mom's rice. It's the rice you grew up with, and it's like it's a good rice. And people think when we say high maintenance, they think we mean the rice they imagined
yeah.
they're thinking, oh my god, you want this friendship and
You're
that
right.
friendship.
You're
Like,
right.
no, I just want you to be present, bro. I just want you
Yeah.
to
I just
we're
want you
not
to
asking for
fulfill the
much.
bare minimum of a definition of a
Yeah,
friend.
and that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like because man, I've had some friends who are like where I'm just like, dang, dude, I can't keep up. But I feel like we're like normal, loyal friends, and it's like, and if you
Yeah.
can't do that, bro, then it's like,
I had a friend who he would call me his best friend.
oh, that's
And when people would ask me, "Oh, is that your best friend?"
you would
I'd
say
be
no.
like, I mean, he's not my best friend. Like it's the other way. Like he thinks I'm his best friend, but he's not mine. And it just was weird because I didn't talk to him for months. We would go a long time without talking. And then he was like, so I'm like, he's not my best friend by no chance.
Dude. We me and Aaron, there was a situation with like Aaron where like he was talking about another friend of his to
Right.
some other people, and I was there. Um and this is like a girl like we went to high school with,
Mm-hmm.
and when we were boys in high school, like she was one of those friends that like they would call each other best friend, right? And so now that we're older, so Aaron referred to her as his best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And when he said, and I thought nothing of it because I know like I'm solidified in my spot. I know where I stand.
Yeah.
Cool. But Aaron was kind of like when he was explaining to this other person about his other friend, his best friend, he looked at me and he was kind of like my bad, dude. Like we're good, and I'm just like, dude, like don't like that's fine with me, And I was just like,
Right.
shut up, bro, like you do you, like with us, it would be like it extends even further than like best friends. I would like Aaron's like a brother. It's just like, dude, like you know what I mean. So,
Yeah.
and that's how I feel about like you and Adrian. It's like, oh, like you, like best friend is like that's kind of like an insult to like what we have. Like it's
See, but even that comes with its requirements.
oh for sure, for sure.
Because if I'm like, dude, David's my guy. He's like a brother to me. And you come and tell like, hey, can I stay at your house? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like,
No, yeah, for sure, for sure.
then it's like, what? Like, what do you mean? Or if you were to like, because there's been times where somebody's like, we should take him. Like, well, I definitely would. I just, and it's one of those like, if you're telling me, hey, can you give me a ride to X place? And I'll be like, can you give me
Oh,
for
you mean
gas?
like when I go places when I'm like at your
Yeah.
That's sweet of her. No, that's
And it's like, and it's one of those like, yeah, I would do it without thinking, of course. But it's one of those things that if you're to come and you're like, oh, can you give me a ride to X place? I'm like, oh, you got gas money? And then it'd be like, what are we doing? Like, what?
no, yeah, I know what you mean.
And I think that kind of stuff is where like the definitions to me actually mean something. So if you're saying we're friends, well,
Yeah.
to me that there actually has to hold weight to that. If you're saying we're like family, there's weight
No,
that
for
comes
sure, for sure, for sure.
and
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Maybe it isn't
Yeah,
hypersense, but let's normalize the definition of those things.
Yeah. No, yeah, I get because okay, when someone says they're spotting you, question here because I didn't know this was a thing. Maybe it is a thing. I don't know. If someone is spotting you, like say you're gonna go out to eat and you forgot your wallet or whatever.
Yeah.
If someone says the word spotting, does that mean you have to get them back? Like, is that a thing?
I don't think so.
I thought spotting was just like, oh, I got you, bro. Like, I'll spot you.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what I understood.
Okay.
Like if you want to be cool, like you get, oh, you know what? Like you don't tell them, but next time you guys go out, you're like, you know what, bro? I got this one. Maybe you do that.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because like, I said like, I was like, dude, I love to go eat after stuff. Like, we'll be rehearsing or have a gig, and I'm like, do you guys want to go get something? And most like me and my singer, we're always like, we're like locked in. We're like, bro, we're hitting Popeyes, we're hitting like wherever, in and out. And my guitarist, the athletic one, like he saves his money. He's he likes to cook for himself.
Yeah.
And so he's like, oh my, he's like, I can't go out, guys. Like, I'm gonna stay here and like make food. And we're like, all right, dude, cool, And we always give him a hard time. We're always like, oh, we shouldn't invite him because he has to stay here. And every now and then he'll be like, all right, I'll go, But a few weeks ago, I was hanging at his place and I was gonna go eat regardless, but then I invited him and his roommate, and I was like, oh, like, do you guys want to go eat? And I saw that his roommate was like attempting to make something, and he was looking in the fridge, and like I just happened to be there, and I was like, oh, dude, what are you gonna make? And he was like straight up, he looked in the fridge, and he's like, yeah, it's not looking too good in the fridge. And he's a friend. This guy's a friend of mine. So I was dude, I was like, I'm gonna go get like this.
Right.
Like, do you want to come with? Like, I got you, because I'm looking at like, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, there's a jar of mayo, carton of milk, and like one egg, and I'm like,
yeah,
I got you, And so I took them both out to eat, and I was like, yeah, I'll spot you guys. Like, let's just go hang out, And my buddy was like, oh, but if you're spotting, like, I gotta get you next time. And I'm like, no, you don't, dude. I was like, I want a treat, like,
Yeah.
Like, it's like you said, it's like, let us love you. Like, let us. So that's just, and if he hears this, he's going to know what I'm talking about. But, anyway. So, yeah, spotting doesn't mean, spotting you, I got you. If I got you, I got you. And that's it. So.
Yeah. There you go. That's the pod.
There you go. That was German and I's final thoughts. I piggybacked off of him because I didn't think of that at first, but yeah. Friends.
All right. Friends. Normalize friendship. I'll talk to you next week.
Next week, yeah.
And at this point, we're not really waiting for any more news in terms of boxing or anything.
Oh yeah, unless something else absurd comes out of nowhere. But I mean,
yeah. Okay, so we'll have Garrick on hopefully sometime soon. We got 2 guys coming up, right? I think.
I've got a bud who's a tennis coach, so I'm still working on like dates and times with him because he's like whenever I see him at work, he's there like all day. He's a busy guy. Yeah. So, but yeah, hopefully I'll.
And then maybe we can get Trevor.
Yeah.
Maybe close to the Garcia fight. Talk about his boy, who he's siding with in the Civil War.
Yeah, and just
Civil War. So dude. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. All right, I'll talk to you next week then.
All right, dude.
All right. That's the pod. We are brought to you by, as always, Triumph Protective Coatings. They specialize in concrete polish, epoxy flooring systems, micro top floors and walls, and self-leveling underlays. They service California, and they speak Spanish. You can follow them, Triumph_coatings on Instagram, and you get a 10% off if you use the promo code ARROWSUP. You can also reach them on Gmail, triumphprotectivecoatings@gmail.com. Thank you to David. Thank you to Angel for the music. Thank you to you for listening. I did a Instagram story on the Champions League, so go check that out. We're going to start doing more of those. So check out the Instagram, Arrows Up, and you can follow us there. You can listen to the podcast anywhere you get your pod. So please rate, review, and subscribe. I have another podcast coming up on Sunday. Harry is a busy guy. He has a bunch of kids, and fatherhood is super important. So hopefully he's on here. Hopefully we're able to get him on. And if not, I'll give you, it'll be me, sports stuff, and, or maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll get somebody on. Who knows? But Sunday, I'll talk to you Sunday. Have a good one. Till next time. Let's go Lakers.